friends. This is Kristen Redman, and today we're going to talk about how the planets are out there this year making a massive impact and difference in things for you in the coming year of 2018. And what a year it is definitely meant to be for our Leo friends. I've saved the best for last. I tell you why. Because this is such a big year in a lot of ways for you. 2017 really started those year that trend for you, and this is a chance for you to really embrace the new opportunities that 2017 brought and pursue a whole new way of living moving forward in 2018. um, a lot of this comes from the North Node, which represents our soul's purpose, moving into your sign of Leo last year, and it hasn't been there since 1999. And as the North Node moves into the sign of Leo, it pushes all of us to achieve things that are for greater happiness, that help us shine for who we are, and that we can get greater happiness in just being able to be the true, authentic, real self that we are. But it'll throw new beginnings on us as well. And so this year, the North Node is still transiting through Leo, and it's still bringing us closer to what our life's purpose is, helping us to live in that purpose, helping us to get to that purpose, and having the confidence to actually do that as well. That's another thing too, isn't it? So that's one of the big things that's happening for us this year. And it helps us to break free of the past, I think, and to really fully trust in our talents and our desires and our motivations and listen to that intuition that tells us, I should be doing this. There's a reason for that, and that North Node is giving us the nudge. And this is the time when we really, really focus on that moving forward. So let's get into it, Leo. Let's see what's going on out there in the skies. So let's start with money. So Neptune is going to be giving you a little bit of a boost, I suppose you could say, in terms of your intuition that tells you, and it has been. This started last year where it started saying, maybe you should start doing this to make money. Maybe you should start going in this direction instead. Maybe you should start doing this as a way to make your money instead of what you've been doing. You'll be happier that way. Because what it's trying to do is pull you to a more fulfilling path. And as it does so this year, not only are you doing something that's more of a fulfilling path, but it's also going to be a path that's a little bit safer ultimately in the long run in terms of making your money. So there's a lot of good energy out there behind you this year for making the money, having it come in, and having it be stable. Especially if this is something where you're following more so what your soul's purpose is this lifetime, because that's where that North Node is coming in again. There's stability coming in behind it this year moving forward. Now, when Mars aligns with Neptune on November 15th, and then that happens through, that energy continues through until the beginning part of 2019. This really helps you start paying down debt and to invest in the future and to really set some solid footing for over the next 2 years, because this is where it's making the biggest impact for you. Really good things coming ahead in the next couple of years in terms of financial stability for you because of the changes that happened last year that were kind of pushing you more towards what your life purpose is now. It kind of makes a little impact on the finances initially, but it's just telling you, the universe is telling you, it will start getting better this year and moving forward into the next couple of years. So now home is making a big impact this year. There's some big stuff happening in there. And the big thing that's going through is that big planet Jupiter. Jupiter is the planet of luck and expansion, and it brings us opportunities where there weren't opportunities before. Now, Jupiter moved into the sign of Scorpio 10/10 of 2017, and it's going to be there until November of 2018. And when Jupiter goes through that sign, it's something it doesn't do for like 12, 14 years. So it's been since 2005 since it's been here. And what that is trying to do is it's trying to expand us and bring wonderful blessings from healings that occur. Where those healings are occurring are in the house of family and home, and childhood as well too. So in the process, Jupiter at first may bring these things up, And they may seem like a bit of a problem at first, kind of making you look at these things with a fine-tooth comb. But ultimately, what it's doing is it's helping you to hit the reset button on home and family and what makes you who you are at the root of who you are. This is a year that as Jupiter transits through that healing sign of Scorpio, that it's going to improve or upgrade your living situation or your home life or your family in some way. It's trying to bring you into a new phase. It brings you greater understanding about what you do want in your home life as well, where you need to expand things that feel constricted in terms of your home life and that arrangement. The Venus retrograde also is going to happen in that sector for you of home and family. And it's going to have you really looking back from September until January on where there have been communication breakdowns in those relationships at home. And it's one that helps prepare you for an upcoming trend that's going to last 8 years, where it shifts things for your family and brings things to the next stage of to where they're supposed to go. So it's just getting you prepared and ready for that. Now, in terms of love, since we're still on that same thought process here, we got Venus retrograde, okay, and that happened last year, and that doesn't happen every year. So what it's doing is it's making you go back yet again to see where the ending cycles have happened in your relationships in the past year. This is a chance where you're going to go back and revisit them at the end of this year yet again. Probably the same exact issues that were happening last year are going to be happening again, and there's a reason, because they need to be put to rest and ended. Those cycles, that relationship, that communication breakdown, whatever it is, your soul knows what it is and it's coming back again. If you didn't get it the first time, it's coming back again this time to get dealt with. And in the planet of love as well, there's a lot of transitions and turning points that are going to be happening. And let me tell you why. Because on the opposite end, where things are really starting to get shored up and you're moving into what your life purpose is meant to be, a lot of things are shifting and changing as a result. On the opposite end of it, we have Aquarius, your balancing sign, which is going through a lot this year. A lot. We have 2 Aquarius eclipses that are happening there. And we also have Mars retrograding in that area for you. Where Aquarius rules in the Leo chart is the house of relationships, marriage, partnerships, friendships, working relationships. That's what's going to be going through some major shifts and changes, new beginnings, endings, cycles that have to change. But it comes with a lot of introspection, and that's that Mars retrograde in Aquarius. It's so rare that this is even happening, but that it's going to happen for most of the year. It's going to start in June, and it's going to go through the rest of the year. And that's really making you go back in these relationships and see, where has your happiness been put on hold? What do I need to do to be able to be me in this relationship? Have me come through. Have my happiness become a little bit more of the forefront. And Mars will help you discover the courage you need to take inspired action to make sure that that actually starts happening for you now. So major developments happen in this final stage of the Mars Aquarius retrograde, going direct and then moving forward again, which is going to be happening September 11th through November 15th. This is huge. This is huge because these things help you to know what you want moving forward, and it's going to make itself very well known in that time frame what you need to do in these relationships, right? Huge. And these eclipses are activating those relationship sectors in your chart as well. So where there may be endings, there are also amazing new beginnings. So keep an eye out February 16th and July 28th, because these are where the beginnings are really going to make themselves known. See what the universe is telling you in that time frame about your relationships. February 16th and July 28th. The universe is giving you a nudge as to what exactly needs to be done. You're sending that universal signal out there. It's telling you what you need to do to make sure these wonderful new beginnings come through. So in terms of career for my Leo friends, 2018 can be a radically shaken up time frame when it comes to career because Uranus is moving into Taurus in that time frame. And that is the career house. Taurus rules the career house in astrology for Leo. Hasn't been there for 84 years, so this has never happened before. And as Uranus goes into the career house, it gets you into, it's been pushing you into something that's more fitting for who you are. Greater independence, fits you better, fits your style better, fits who you are, your likes, your everything goes into this now. And Uranus wants to free you from the chains to make sure you get into a career that you do love. And a lot of that started last year and it's moving into this year. But now as Uranus is going into Taurus, it's bringing stability for it too. Keep in mind over the next 7 years as Uranus tours your career house, it is going to bring you unexpected opportunities too through there. So where there may be chaotic, crazy energy at times too, just know that these crazy, chaotic energies are bringing you wonderful things. These are bringing you great opportunities. They're going to make sure that you make good money and you have a solid footing moving forward. Especially if you are doing something where you are self-employed, because Uranus rules Aquarius, which is huge, of course, this year. We know that's your balancing sign, but that rules self-employed, entrepreneurial spirit. If you are doing something where you are working out of the house, following what your soul's telling you to do, my friend, you are so in tune with the pulse of what the universe is having you do. It's not even funny. Keep doing it. I know at times it seems crazy, but that's what Uranus does, is it makes these crazy up and downs, but ultimately it's bringing you greater freedom and the real you emerges. And how much happier can you be when the real you is out there for the world to see? I mean, come on. Come on. Another thing we got going on this year is Jupiter, that planet of luck and expansion, by golly. It's going to move into Sagittarius in November. And when it goes into its home sign of Sagittarius, it hasn't been there since like 2007, 2008. It's just a lucky overall period. For you, it's going to bring happiness to the 5th house, which Leo naturally rules in the zodiac chart. So it's kind of like a blast of luck gets blown at you and what makes you you in terms of finding your greater happiness. This is going to bring some good luck and opportunities in the areas of romance for you and love, but it's also going to bring some really good energy for your children and the overall happiness and harmony and connection that you have with your children as well. Um, so definitely, but a lot of things that are trying to bring out that happiness in you. This is a year of massive personal growth, huge, because this is the last year that the North Node is transiting through your sign, Leo, and it's not going to happen again for a long time. This is pushing you to the heights of who you are and why your soul is here this lifetime. It's getting you ready. It's getting your engine going. Where it may stall out a little bit in the summertime, it's getting it going again so you can really confidently move forward doing what it is you need to do. Getting to know yourself more in this process. And in that process, you may realize that some of the current circumstances that you've been in, they just aren't right for you as you thought they were at one time, and you need to shift and adjust them accordingly. And that's exactly where that North Node's going to keep pushing you throughout this year. And you realize, especially in relationships, because there's a lot of focus on relationships and new beginnings in those for you, that it's harder for you to get along just for the sake of getting along anymore too. You want to be happy. Romance is important for a Leo. Leo, you were ruled, but the heart center, that is Leo. You need love. You need fun. You need affection. You need to be able to have these things. If you don't have that in your life, it's killing an aspect of what makes you you, and the North Node's pushing you outside of that, saying fight to make this more important. And if you have fought and it's still not happening, maybe this is one of those circumstances that aren't as right as you thought they were, right? Listen to what your heart tells you, by golly. Yeah, so one of the things I made a notation on is that if you feel restless or dissatisfied in any areas, right, that's a clue that you've outgrown some obligations that you just aren't really necessarily obligated to do anymore. Look to the Venus retrograde from last year when that happened. And that happened at Easter time. Think back there and that'll give you some profound insight, okay, that comes back around yet again, January 31st of this year at the eclipse time frame. Put the two together and see what similarities you have, and you'll be amazed at what the universe is telling you to do in that time frame. So we also have the other eclipse that happens in Cancer in July. This is going to be happening July 12th. And as this happens, this is a time frame for everybody. It doesn't matter what your zodiac sign is. This is a time where you're looking back to your childhood. You're looking back to your past. You're looking back to your roots. And you're letting go of a lot of things. Now, where this is happening for us is in an area where it's about the subconscious mind. It wants you to take a little bit of downtime. Disconnect if you have to in July and process through some of the old things that may have happened in childhood that are kind of preventing you from moving forward with confidence in the future. Now, this is a big time for letting those things go and letting new beginnings to come in. So let's dial this in a little bit, okay? Let's look at specific birthdays. Now, your chart is going to be more honed in for what is right for you. Where is this North Node transiting in your chart? Where are these eclipses bringing new beginnings for you? Where is all of this that I talked about? Where is it directly impacting you in your chart? I have a link below for my yearly special that I do. It's always my New Year's special for $77 where we go over where the planets are affecting you for the upcoming year. If you want to know a little bit more in depth about you, your specific chart, get a hold of me that way. But for now, this is general overall for the Leo Sun energy and how these planets are impacting you. So if you have a birthday between July 25th or July 22nd and July 25th, Uranus is out there, that planet that's trying to free you and liberate you. And it's squaring up with your sun. It's going to be bringing you some chaos and electricity. Let me tell you what, this is a year where things get really shaken up, but there's blasts of these unexpected developments that come through that really push you into where your soul is supposed to be now. This is a good time frame, and it's the universe responding, saying, I hear you said that you were shackled and chained. Well, this is how we're going to break you out of it. Hold on, basically. Good things come even in chaotic times, okay? Don't fret. August 5th through the 22nd, if that's where your birthday lies in that time frame, Jupiter is going to be squaring up with your sun. Now, Jupiter is that planet of luck and opportunity. So this is a time when growth and opportunity and expansion and healing, especially in the areas of your home and family, are going to be gigantic. All of these things are on steroids that I talked about from earlier for you this year, okay? So take time to manifest what it is you want. 2018 is the year of manifesting. It's an 11 year in numerology. 11 is a master number known as the master manifester. What does that mean? It means that your thoughts create your reality. So this is a time frame where your mindset will be even more optimistic. It's one way or the other, right? In astrology, it's black or white. So either you're highly optimistic that things are going to get better, or you have like zero faith in it. Which way do you think it's going to go? That thought process is going to create the reality you see in front of you. So you have a little bit more control over that to be a magician to making those things happen this year. Now, if your birthday is through August 17th through the 22nd, that Uranus, that one that's trying to free you, is working in a really good way with your sun. So you're going to you are going to notice that you have this like push, this immense push for freedom and liberation from areas that have really, really held you back and kept you unhappy for so long. Follow those nudgings, okay? Because this is working with you in a positive way, pushing you to something where the real you can emerge in the process. Wowee, so that's that. So let's call on Archangel Raziel. He is the angel for Leo energy, and he is going to be the angel that talks to you in your dreams. He's the one that helps you dream bigger and manifest the things that you want. So let's call on him and see what his message is for the Leo energy for 2018. Hmm. I need to shuffle that again because that doesn't seem right. Well, this one jumped out. The Justice card, Archangel Raguel. This is a card that says that karma comes back, right? Things come back. What we've put in, we get out. This is a card that says fair and just decisions. Do what you know is right. Do what you know is right to do and stand up for your beliefs. This is a card that the universe is on your side. The decisions that you have to make this year, know that you are in the right frame of mind. Take this time to introspect and know that the guidance that you're being given, especially from Archangel Raziel, will guide you to where you need to go. Ask for his help in your dreams. Ask for help for signs to show you. But know ultimately that the decision you come up with is going to be the right one. Okay? So, my Leo friends, shine like the sun that you are this 2018 and know that wonderful things are coming when you shine brightest as yourself. Thank you. Bye.